Let's talk about inner defense. Now, inner defense, I love this one. I just have to be real with you guys. It's one of my faves, and I'm always with it. I always have it. I don't take it every day, but I want to help you guys understand it so that you can be safe with it because it's very strong, it's very powerful. I'm also going to talk about some controversial stuff in this one. So you might want to tag a friend. If you have someone that's doing inner defense ramping, we're going to talk about immunity ramping and what that is and, how to be safe. So what inner defense is it's an all essential oil capsule. What that means is there's about 13 or 14 drops of essential oil in a capsule that is meant to break open closer to your intestines. It has coconut oil in it, but then it has about, I want to say like 9 or so drops of pure essential oil. So it's not a huge amount, but the oils that are in there are very strong. It has oregano, thyme, and lemongrass plus thieves. Okay, so that's the general concoction. And it's really an immunity boosting essential oil supplement. So it's a full essential oil supplement. It is safe to consume daily if you choose to, but how I take it is on days when I'm just not feeling my best. So when I feel a dip in my overall health and wellness, I might take 1, I might take 2. On some occasions, I've taken 3. That's the most I've ever taken and the most I will ever take. And I'm going to explain to you why it can be very dangerous to take more in just a minute. But there's a kind of popular assumption that if you take this daily, that it's going to upset your gut flora. That's not true. Essential oils do help support gut flora. However, like anything, if you take too much, it can disrupt your gut flora. Okay, so we need to be aware of this. And so just 1 a day would not do any problem. It will work in harmony. What it's doing is it's going to help strengthen your general body terrain rather than beat it up. But I recommend that you just take it as needed rather than on a daily basis, but that's up to you. Some of you might choose to take it at night before bed. And so there's kind of this, what do I take when? Like Life 9, you're not supposed to take with any essential oils. Same with Thiamine. There's a few kind of supplements that you don't want to take with essential oils specifically. Those are 2 of them. Another one could be Mighty Pro. You got to just understand kind of what you're doing here. But Life 9 is good gut bacteria, and inner defense is not gut bacteria killing, right? I think there's that assumption, but what it can do is disrupt the flow of that getting to where it's supposed to go properly, right? So we want to support that. We want to support the good gut flora, but then also support your immune system, which the gut flora does that as well. So I encourage you guys, if you wanted to take Life 9 and inner defense, just take inner defense in the morning and then Life 9 at night. Like, no big deal, totally fine. Occasionally I've taken inner defense at night and then Life 9 in the morning, knowing I'm going to do an intermittent fast, right? So I will take Life 9 in the morning, knowing I'm not going to eat until like the afternoon, like later in the afternoon. So I'll do like a little bit of a fasting there. So basically it's totally up to you, but inner defense is a great choice to do as a balm. So like what I said is if I start feeling myself dip, I take it then, and then I might take 2. Okay, so let me get into the idea of ramping and inner defense as an immunity ramp system. I'm going to say right now, I'm very against this. Some of you guys know me to be very black and white on things, but I've heard some of the things going on. There's a thing with enzyme ramping, which is very good to do. I could even make a defense for Life 9 ramping, right? There are certain things that would be good for you to do a 30-day protocol of a ramping, but not inner defense. Okay, so you might be saying, Jen, I don't know what ramping means. What is this? Ramping is where you would take, say, 1 digestive enzyme with breakfast and 1 digestive enzyme with lunch, and then the next day you would take 2 with breakfast and then 2 with lunch, and then the next day 3, and 3 with lunch, right? So you're ramping up, you're ramping up, you're ramping up until then you back off in the same manner. You ramp back down. So it's a way to kind of bring your body up in something and then bring it back down. It would never be long-term use. So what I'm seeing is this trend of inner defense ramping, where they're taking 1 in the morning, 1 at night, the next day 2 in the morning, 2 at night, 3 in the morning, 3 at night, all the way up to using 12 in the morning and 12 at night. You guys, that will disrupt your gut flora, and it could put your body into a complete tailspin of toxicity. And what I mean by that is your body will say, stop. Your body will say, I can't do this anymore. And what you will then experience is a dermal response in the form of rashes on any and all essential oil use. You guys, I've seen it time and time again. I teach close to 250,000 of you guys, and I have more of you guys messaging me with, I don't know what to do. I have this major rash, and I just simply ask them, have you been consuming large amounts of essential oils that are the strong ones for 2 years? Usually it's a 2-year thing. And they're like, how did you know? I have lots of people. I'm talking too many people for me to not say anything about this. Okay, so I just want you guys to understand inner defense, very powerful. Oregano, thyme, lemongrass, those are huge. Clove, massive, right? Cinnamon bark. These are very intense essential oils, and it's meant to help support your immune system. It is not meant for ramping, okay? So it would be very unwise for you to follow a protocol of ramping, because not only will it tax your liver, right? On day 12, day 13, you're gonna be just like, what in the world? It's going to cause some issues. Now, I'm not saying that it won't cause issues for somebody, right? Somebody, it might not cause any issues and you'd be fine. But the majority of people on an inner defense ramping system would have problems, okay? And so I just want you guys to be safe. Remember, you can take up to 3 or 4 of these, but because the oils are so powerful, you probably will end up with an upset stomach, okay? So the other way that you can use these, which some of you guys maybe don't know about, is rectally. It is able to do as a rectal implant, and you know, for kids who can't swallow them, it's a little bit strong for a child, so definitely 6 years and older, but you can just shove a pill right up the backside. Okay, so it's just something to consider, that our colon is very good at helping support health and getting oils into our system. All right, so I love inner defense. I always will love it. I think it's one of our most popular and powerful essential oil supplements. But remember, it is an essential oil supplement, and you've got to use your own best judgment. And I just encourage you guys to be super safe with it. If you use it as directed on the bottle, you will be safe. If you try to do all of this overdosing, you might overdose. So that's my 2 cents on that one. We went a little bit long on this video, but I felt like it was important for me to get this information out there. And straight up, you need this. And I keep this in my refrigerator, by the way, because I want to keep those oils nice and fresh. Okay, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.